Alice, I just want to quickly ask you, how do I cry on cue? And then in brackets, I really want to impress my drama teacher by showing him my emotional range. You might want to rethink that. A lot of actors, myself included, I have been where you are, think that if they're just able to cry, if they could just squeeze out a few tears, then it will show their emotional range and they will be like the best actor in the class and they'll show everybody up, you know, because we're actors and we're very, very ego-driven creatures as a general rule of thumb. But I wouldn't say that crying on cue is necessarily going to endear you to your drama teacher anytime soon. The big reason being that crying on cue is a skill and can be learned by anyone with, you know, like 5 minutes on their hand. The first one is one that I'm trying to employ right now, which is known as the don't blink technique. The general idea is that whilst you're, you know, you're just trying to talk to people, you don't blink. And generally speaking, because the camera's switching backwards and forwards between two different types of people, they just don't tend to notice that the tears are building up. And then before you notice it, you know, you just gotta act a little bit emotional about the whole thing. You don't actually have to squeeze the tears out, but just to have them in the eyes is very useful. And eventually, when your eyes get watery enough, all you need to do is blink and there's a tear right there. So, yeah, that's how you cry on cue. And as long as you act like you're sad, then it really doesn't matter what else comes from that. So as you can see, learning to cry on cue is one of these things that's touted amongst actors as this great mysterious thing, when in reality all you're doing is just, you know, forcing your tear ducts to dry up. And it's actually not that impressive. What your drama teacher is actually looking for is, they're looking for you to tell the truth. You know, being able to squeeze out tears on cue is one thing, but you know, it's kind of a parlour trick. It's not something that, you know, you should be hinging your entire sort of emotional career on as an actor. So I think my advice would be is that if you can't cry on cue, don't force it. Don't you know, put all of your hopes and your dreams on being able to do this one thing, because there are professional actors out there who can't cry on cue and they'll never be able to cry on cue. Don't worry about it, and don't think that crying is the be-all and end-all when it comes to acting. Right, well that's it for another week. I hope that that was useful to you and I hope I answered your questions succinctly as I can. If anybody else has any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Alternatively, you can contact me on Facebook or you can contact me on Twitter. And I will see you guys again next week for another question.